I want to apologize for coming out.
Seneta wa kaunti ya Nandi Samson Cherargei amemkashifu waziri wa barabara na kazi za umma Kipchumba Murkomen kwa masaibu wanayopitia Wakenya kufuatia kupotea kwa umeme nchini.
We saw yesterday, sadly, a few months ago in August, the CS of Transport Murkomen went to Kenya Power, to JKIA, fired individuals, told the country that generators have been fixed, but yesterday it was a disaster. How can you lose electricity and generator at a critical national asset like Jomo Kenyatta International Airport? I think the minister must apologize to the country for lying to Kenyans that the generators were working. Yet he knew very well they were not working.
Cherargei amesema kwamba hii kasumba ya umeme kupotea nchini lazima na sharti ifike mwisho.
Kenya Power, I think it is now the high time as a country. We must have a conversation of doing market repolarization where we no longer allow Kenya Power and Lighting Company to be the only monopoly in terms of energy generation. The Constitution allows even counties to generate their own electricity. Therefore, I think it's now time to open up and disallow this monopoly of KPLC that is taking country in the wrong direction.
Hata hivyo, ametilia shaka utendakazi wa Waziri Murkomen hadi kufikia sasa, na haswa kwa aibu ambayo taifa inaendelea kupata katika uwanja wa kimataifa wa ndege wa JKIA.
It is an embarrassment. The other day, JKIA roofs were leaking. He formed a committee to look into leaking roofs. Now, I hope he is not intending to form another committee to look into why generators are not working. Because the generator to work is very simple. Every Kenyan knows how generators work. Unakanyaka, unafuruta mara tatu, na generator inawaka and you have electricity. So do we need an explanation to that? I think this is the incompetence of the CS of Roads and Transport that is not only incompetent, but he lied to Kenyans that generators are working, and yet they are not working. And therefore, these are critical national strategic assets of national security importance that it should not even lose at 10 seconds, even power outage in JKIA. You can imagine the place that was supposed to land. Therefore, it must apologize to this country and Kenyans.
Kulingana na Cherargei, amemtaka Waziri Murkomen kukomesha bidii za kumlenga kila mara anapomkosoa na hata kumpeleka mahakamani, ila abadili bidii hizo na nguvu na kuwatumikia Wakenya.
And you know, the last time he came to Nandi, the other months, he came and insulted me and called me Akili Kidogo. I thought he has fixed a generator. So who asked Akili Kidogo now? Because if you cannot fix a generator, where unakanyaka 1, 2, 3, kick, the generator goes on and you are able to use. So in fact, I thought he had finished fixing the leaking roofs in JKI by the time he was insulting me. I thought he had fixed generators in JKI by the time insulting me. I want to ask him, instead of having the energy to take me to court, he should use the same energy to fix leaking roofs in JKIA, fix the standby generators that are not working in JKIA. He is no longer a national embarrassment. He is an embarrassment to himself by this level of incompetence that we have seen in recent times.
Kuhusu kubuni majopo ya kila mara ya kuchunguza na kutathmini kupotea kwa umeme na kuvuja kwa paa katika anga ya kimataifa ya JKIA, Cherargei amesisitiza haja ya Waziri Murkomen kuwajibika ipasavyo na kuwafanyia Wakenya kazi.
We shall continue calling him out because it is his business to deliver for on behalf of the country. So if even leaking roofs and standby generator cannot be fixed, what will happen to our roads that are not passable, especially in Nandi County and across the country? If he forms a committee to look into non-working generators, standby generators, he will have to combine United Nations and African Union to fix the roads. Because those are simple things that should be done when time comes up. So I think it is a high time that as a country, the CS Murkomen must take personal responsibility. He must be accountable to ensure as a country we don't go to what we are seeing, this embarrassment. And therefore, you know, I said yesterday, and I still believe that maybe we don't know his expertise. I think his expertise is belittling, demeaning, and insulting elected leaders like me. That is his where expertise is. But the expertise where is needed in his work, I think is clueless in terms of what needs to be done in most of the sectors. And therefore, the issue of JKIA is now embarrassing us, all of us as a country.
Cherargei amesema haina haja ya asasi za usalama kuchunguza ni kwa nini generator zinafeli kila mara umeme unapopotea katika hatua ya kimataifa ya JKIA.
And he needs to apologize. We don't need Radmadziz visiting those areas, working in those areas, going and taking pictures. Taking pictures with you calling a press conference and taking pictures and wearing designer wherever, so that some of us can see, no, we want the work to be done. And I hope by the close of business today, those standby generators must be working. If it is not working, he must take personal liability and responsibility. I have seen he wants to move the blame to KIA. The ultimate and the buck stops with him. That is why the last time he went to KIA and forced somebody to resign, he went there and assured us in a week's time the generators will be working. And I hope it is not only JKIA. I hope all other airstrips and airports in the country are working. And even because most of these airports are critical national security assets, that if we are not careful, elements might come into country that might harm even our national security. And that is the bottom point. And if now blaming KIA and now saying there is sabotage, this year to investigate. I don't know, what investigation should you do to a generator that is installed and you just press the button called switch on and switch off, or put a timer? I don't know what level of incompetence is that.
Hata hivyo, kufuatia visa hivi vya mara kwa mara, Seneta Cherargei ameshikilia kwamba lazima na sharti kampuni ya Kenya Power iwalipe Wakenya wanaopata hasara kutokana na kupotea kwa umeme nchini.
Because the response a bit longer, up to 6 a.m. there were Kenyans who are not having their electricity back. And my worry is the Kenyans who are at the hospital, Kenyans who are doing businesses, and you know, the quantification. And I think Kenya Power and lighting company must be called out. They need to compensate Kenyans who either lost their businesses or were disadvantaged in one way or another. And therefore Kenya Power must compensate Kenyans.
Ikumbukwe usiku huo wa jana, mamlaka ya ndege nchini KAA iliandika barua kwa vyombo vya habari ikiomba msamaha kwa kisa hicho cha kupotea kwa umeme JKIA. Vilevile, Waziri Murkomen alisema kupitia mtandao wake wa X, awali Twitter, kwamba aliongoza kikosi kinachojumuisha katibu mkuu wa barabara, mwenyekiti wa bodi ya mamlaka ya ndege nchini pamoja na wakuu wa mamlaka hiyo ya ndege ili kutathmini hali katika uwanja wa JKIA. Maswali wanayozidi kujiuliza Wakenya hadi kufikia sasa ni hadi lini visa hivi vitatukia na iwapo hali itakuwa sawa na maisha kuimarika. Hii itakuwa ni mara ya 3 kwa umeme kupotea nchini. Kisa cha kwanza kikiwa ni cha mwezi Agosti ikiwa ni tarehe 25 mwaka huu, cha pili kikifuatia ikiwa ni siku ya Jumamosi na cha jana kikitukia siku ya Jumapili. Wengi wanajiuliza mbona visa hivi vinaendelea kufanyika, haswa wakati ambapo taifa linang'ang'ana pakubwa zaidi ya mno, haswa kuhakikisha kwamba uchumi unaimarika. Nikiripotia Mo Radio kutoka katika majengo ya bunge hapa jijini Nairobi, jina langu ni Ronny Reagan.
Mo Radio 88.2 FM. We are in charge.